What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Backstage Business. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, man. An exclusive here on the network. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys on a Wednesday, man. Listen. I was out of the building last week and I heard some things. I'm gonna leave that behind closed doors, but I'm back. That's all I'm gonna say. Your boy is back. Your boy is back. With that being said, you guys know how I get down, man. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things in big places and definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself. I got a slew of people here that are ready to chop it up and talk about everything around the world of professional wrestling. The only villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Feeling much better. Good to see everybody. What up? What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I too am in a wonderful mood. And it has nothing to do with what I just watched. Nothing to do with what I just watched. Shout out to the Yankees, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Trav, I need to talk to you, bro. Anyways, with that being said, I got Corey in the building. What's going on, big homie?
What's up, family?
Good to do.
I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you, man. The Queen is in the building. Stacey, how we doing, man?
What's up, fam? Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna waste anybody's time, man. We got a lot to get to and not a lot of time, man. There's been a lot going on around the world of professional wrestling. On all three four if you count TNA across all four brands of professional sports in the WWE, man. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on right now with this NXT TNA crossover, man. There's been a lot going on. If you've been lost in the sauce, let me catch you up. TNA, NXT are bringing back Invasion. If you're unfamiliar, there was a big thing back in the day where two companies kind of crossed over and went over to their place and started some stuff when they came over to this other place and started some stuff. And so that is coming back. Shout out to the WWE and TNA for hooking that thing up. I'm going to go to villain first, man. Good friend Matt Cardona's involved. A lot of other people, crossing over doing different things, man. What say you about this whole Invasion thing?
I mean, I love how they've kind of handled this partnership. I think we don't talk about it enough on here, and we don't talk about NXT enough, and that's we just get so busy with everything else. Shout out to Matt Cardona who showed up there, but I love how last night's show really kind of made you thinking like, ooh, I can't wait for next week. And I think we had talked about it, like maybe they should do like Halloween Havoc as Invasion, or whatever pay-per-view NXT has coming up as Invasion. But I like the idea of doing it on regular TV so that everybody can see TNA that doesn't get to see TNA because they might not have that channel, right? So in you're putting a big card together for a show, and now you have to watch NXT, or now you're gonna want to watch TNA. Like WWE's the big dog, they're bringing up TNA with them, and I said this to somebody else too. It's a great move to have WWE come in and take all of TNA's belts. And while TNA fans are pissed off about that, you look at it like this: WWE is elevating the TNA belt. When have you ever seen a TNA belt on WrestleMania? That's because of the partnership. Mm-hmm. And then once TNA takes those belts back, those belts are elevated to a level that you've never seen it before. You don't know about an X Division if you don't watch TNA. But now, a former X Division champ? What's that? Oh, TNA? Let me check that out. So you're elevating TNA's brand by letting your stars take those belts and then hand them back to them nice and shiny and polished and elevated. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a great move. It's a great partnership. And I think Invasion is going to cook. I'm really excited about the two matches. They have the tag team matches, winner take all. It's gonna be a really good card, a really good show.
Yeah, I honestly think it's gonna be a very, very good card. The tag team match was also announced with the Hardys and whatnot. And Stace, I throw it at you. You can touch on what Villain already alluded to. Or I know you're a Hardy boy girl. So it's gonna be kind of cool to see them back, with WWE fans and WWE personnel. Talk to me about this whole invasion. Where you think it's gonna go?
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I mean, y'all know I'm not much, if any, of an NXT watcher, but in the last couple of weeks, they've really captured my attention. I mean, we've talked about that there's some top tier talent that we know should be coming to the main leagues. But what I love about this is instead of seeing these really amazing wrestlers moving from NXT to the main brands, they're flourishing in both brands now, right? They've got NXT, they've got TNA. They're getting more time this way. We're getting to see more people across the board. So we're getting introduced to people that from one or the other, maybe we don't know about. Maybe we don't watch TNA, so you're going to know them. If you don't watch NXT, but you watch TNA, they're bridging both ways. And we're seeing some of our big stars from main, like SmackDown and Raw, coming in as well. So they're really making it not only relevant, to your point, Barry, for TNA to be elevated, but we're elevating NXT as well, because now it's a place to watch. It's not just separate SmackDown or Raw. I mean, Chelsea Green's been there quite a bit. We just saw 2 weeks ago, we saw Rhea and Tiffany and Stephanie Vaquer there as well, right? So they're really showing that, and we're seeing that anyway with SmackDown and Raw. We're really seeing more now that no one is specific to one brand anymore. And I love that, because that elevates it across the board. And yes, you're absolutely right, Sirius. I love the Hardys. I love the idea of getting them back into the WWE fold. I think it's great. And from a pro standpoint, what a great opportunity for them to be able to mentor some of these newer people, to be able to bring some of the elders, if you will, the pros, the legends, to be able to do some crossover stuff too, so they can really mentor in a great capacity. And really just the idea that we have more space to see great wrestling, I am here for, because they're really going to be able to put on some clinics with these matches that are going to have. And I'm looking forward to it. I think just having one more space to see great wrestling is amazing.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is the fact that TNA has some guys that can go and some girls that can go. And we've always said this here on this network, that NXT is not necessarily the breeding ground for talent. They are cooking down there. Like, I'm not sure where Shawn Michaels and HBK and his people are getting their sauce, but they need to throw it up top to Triple H, because what they're brewing down there in NXT is insane. It's insane. I'm not sure if you guys saw No Mercy, the PLE that took place, man. Like, insane. We was talking about it in the group thread. Like, what?
It was better than WrestlePalooza.
It was by a lot. It wasn't even close.
A lot. I mean, just the match with Jade and Lola, that was great storytelling. That was a really good match. I thought the cage match was a little, it was just, a lot of big hits, but they still told a really good story. Jordine and Blake Monroe. Yeah. I mean, Javon Evans,
he's so good.
I can't say enough about him. I'm sitting here,
Sammy.
Yeah, like, I'm sitting here texting with Corey, and I'm like, dude, he is the Black Shawn Michaels. Like, he is amazing. Like, he doesn't miss, and and I'm sitting here with my daughter. She loves watching it with me, and I'm like, oh my God, he's such a great actor. She's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, babe, look at him. Yeah. Like, he makes it look easy, and it's not. Like, that's how good of an athlete he is. It's insane.
Yeah, he's really good.
Crossovers are so important, right? To see him come up, because I had no idea, and to see him the other night with Sami Zayn, because y'all know I'm not a Sami fan. I'm not, but that match was so good for me. I was ready. I was like popcorn him out, and I was like, oh, from the second it started, oh, I can't walk away.
Yeah, you and I were texting.
I know, because I was like, who is this dude? Like, oh my gosh. But that's what's so great that I think that's happening now with all of the brands and with the partnership with TNA is, and I think serious, like you said, like, they're cooking, they're doing things that we wouldn't expect to see in the main brands. Yeah. And I think that's because they can be innovative, right? They're not in a They're not trying to fill out a $15,000 or $20,000 stadium that they are forced to do main names only, right? They're forced to put the top tier people only. They can vary it up. They can bring everybody in. They can do a TNA crossover where you've got 75 people in the ring, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they have the flexibility. They're doing things that they're not going to be able to do in the red and blue brands, because you got to have certain people that show up. And I know we're going to talk about that, but you have certain things that come in cadence in the main brands that TNA and NXT don't have to be held accountable to.
Let me ask you this question. Corey, you're more than welcome to jump in wherever you fit in, bro. We've talked about different individuals that was doing work down at NXT and has came up and has been lost in the sauce. Do you honestly feel as though, because of what you're alluding to, Stace, that's how they got their name? That's how they got their skills together to come up. Once they come up, they get lost in the sauce. Carmelo Hayes, Roxanne Perez.
Yes. Well, Roxanne's not lost in the sauce necessarily. I think she's been an exception to that. But
Julia has.
They're not even showcasing the mid card women's championship on SmackDown. Not even showcasing that. I mean, they have over the past week or so, but
Roxanne's becoming lost.
But she's seen every week. I mean, and I'll say no to that, because she's seen every week. She's the only one that's come up in the last year and a half that's seen every single week, no matter what, whether in a promo or a match or next to a match. She is the only one. We don't get Mello hardly ever.
She's seen, but what is she doing? Like,
she's not doing anything.
Not doing much. Like she's a side note as a part of the Judgment Day.
Right. Yes.
Because I think they're stringing that along until Liv comes back, right, Corey?
Yes.
So, but like really, realistically, I would have Roxanne going after the IC belt.
Correct.
Exactly.
But now that whole situation is on lockdown because what's going on with AJ Lee, and we have this whole Lyra and Bailey thing. So I mean, there's a lot going on there. So
but you can do stuff like that with the IC belt, because AJ is clearly not going to be there every week. So you can be doing something, and then you can introduce AJ at any time. Yeah. So Roxanne should be in the mix for that. She should be over there.
But they haven't.
She should be over there. Come on, man. You know why? They don't know what they're doing.
It's because we're pigeonholed. We're so pigeonholed right now that we don't do WWE of old, where you still throw in some matches here and there to test the waters, to see what's going on, to give
kick her over to Blue, kick her over to SmackDown, and have her revisit the feud she had with Julia.
You know what it is? You don't have like that WWE shotgun show. You know what I mean? Remember back in the day, you used to have like that hour show where you could put those guys on.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. It's either you're on the main show that has certain blocks that if you're in, you're out, or you're in a dark match, right?
Yeah,
and you're not on TV. And it's kind of losing. Some of those people get lost in the shuffle, because think of it like this, and Corey knows what I'm about to say. It's been 2 months since the tag titles on Raw has been defended.
Yep.
2 months.
2 months.
They've won those belts and haven't defended them at all, because there's no time. There's no time on the show, because you're trying to do all this other stuff with, you got to put in Brock. You got to talk about Cena. You got to have Cody and Seth. They have to have their window. The Browns and the Usos have to have their window. Yep. You got to have a mid-card match, because, right, Dominic is really you just run out of time, right?
That's not an excuse, because we got a Netflix deal. You can find time to get those tag titles. I forgot the Judgment Day had the tag titles until they walked out there the other night. I forgot they was the champ. And I instantly thought of you when I saw the belts. I said, "Oh, there they go."
I think we should buy our own belts, Corey, me and you, and just walk around with the belts, and we can say we defended them today.
Yeah,
they would know the difference.
I believe that.
Y'all, if you think about it, there are certain storylines we see every single week, no matter what. Do we really need to see the Bonbons and the Usos every single week? Don't we understand what's going on? Can't we do a 2-second promo and be done with that?
You don't even need that. The only people you need to see every week is you need to see Seth, you need to see Cody, and everybody. When Punk's there, you need to see him. And now that Roman's back, you need to see him. That's it. That's your 4. You need
But
to
do we
see
even
them
need
four.
to see them? They're not all supposed to be on Raw.
They're
right?
not.
But
But
Netflix
but
says
they
they
are
need.
right now.
But why is that? Why is that, Mom? Because what's happening with Netflix?
Yep, they're losing ratings. So
So
they have to bring their big guns over to Netflix because that's where they've got their money. And the Netflix is like, what's going on with our ratings? We paid all this money to get more subscribers and more people watching. And instead of increasing or staying steady, we're decreasing.
Well, because you do your promos on commercials.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you put the people that can work the best promos on commercials.
On commercials.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't seen the New Day. I haven't seen the New Day promo since Netflix. I haven't seen it.
And they cut the best promos on Mondays. They do. They are fire. And if they had more airtime, they would also have a storyline. But
No,
because
Woods cuts
to
the
given
best
25 minutes.
Woods is good. Woods is good.
It's Woods.
Thank God for the New Day.
It's all Woods.
Yeah, but let me tell you, it is all wood, isn't it? It is. It is.
Well, ma'am.
But so here's the thing. So think about this, y'all. Oh, that reel this week, let me tell you. So
I said, why is Stacey sending this?
So if we could do it, then the Queen could do it too. Because that's why I sent it to her. I was like, you can't stop the rain, guys.
And I said, thank God for the New Day. That's what I said. So, the reality is, though, look, he's putting in and that's a great example. He is putting in the work on socials because they're not getting the airtime. Because we're given 25 minutes to Usos and Braun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They did a 25-minute promo on a 2.5-hour show. Why?
I just don't understand why you had the New Day with the best heel turn we've seen in forever. Why don't you just put them on SmackDown where you can do something?
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna spend all this time on Raw with the 4 or 5 guys we talking about, put the other ones on SmackDown and let them do something.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the New Day should be doing something every week.
Because they don't have time there either. Because they're a set 2-hour show, which is an hour and 40 minutes with commercials.
Commercials barely. But I mean, like, really, if you want to do something with the Bronze, right? Why aren't they going after the tag titles that aren't being defended?
Right.
Because you elevated them. Because then you'd be forced to defend them, and they don't have time to do that.
But that's fine because you're putting them on a match every week anyway together. Why not just put them in a tag match? Like you wasted the time to elevate them at WrestlePalooza to put them over on the Usos.
Yes.
Why not give them the rub, give them the belt, and that gives the Judgment Day and the Braun something to do.
Well, because I think right now you can see they're trying to build to break them up.
Yeah.
Right. We're seeing you see the Usos, you see the anger, you see how Jimmy feels some sort of way or Jay feels some sort of way, and they're kind of like teasing this angst between the brothers. So they're doing this, but the reality is you've got at the beginning of the show 10, 15, 20-minute promo for a 25-minute match at the end. So we're given almost an hour consistently week to week. Except for this past week, thank goodness, because we needed some change.
Yeah.
But we're consistently seeing the same thing week over week. We give a big promo at the beginning for the match at the end. It's almost half the show. That's why New Day doesn't have time. That's why we don't see Dom anymore. That's why we just don't get any time for the women.
Dom had a good show on Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But people, I mean, we have more than one storyline, and we're given almost 50% of our time to a storyline that doesn't need this much time into it.
Part of the problem, I think, is the roster is so huge, and they're only using a couple guys. So if you're only going to use 20, 30% of the roster, we got too many titles. You need to start unifying some of these titles. If you're going to have everybody on every show, you got to get rid of some of the belts.
Can I counter that though? Can I counter that? If we're gonna, I'm not for using the titles. I'm for other people having them because we have Trick Williams right now that has a TNA championship. If we're gonna have all these titles all over the place, have somebody from NXT be the tag team champion. Have somebody from TNA, compete and do some stuff with Julia and elevate that. It's like they thought about it, but they didn't finish the thought.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
The what?
And that's how you get rid of. That's how you move all these titles
But
around.
what happens is you unify the world heavyweight belt, and then you just create another belt a month or two later. It doesn't make any sense. And then the champion has to show up on both shows, and
they're already doing that.
Right.
But they don't want that, right? Like they want that. They're only doing that right now for Crown Jewel because that the Crown Jewel whatever.
Crossover.
Cody wouldn't necessarily be on Raw every week, but like. You don't want those guys to have that kind of schedule. You don't want them to have to show up to both shows. That's why you.
I want to counter that.
Go ahead.
You're saying we don't want them to show up to both shows. That's the one title. That's the one title I think needs to be unified. Because Cody keeps yelling QB1. Seth keeps yelling I'm the best. We have 4 or 5 main event guys that we're elevating. We only need one champion. Their schedule's not that crazy no more. They don't work all week like they used to.
That's what they used to do.
But Cody does a podcast. He does appearances. He works a lot. He does.
Cody has a bus. He does.
He's also making the bank to do it. You're getting paid to do it.
Sure, absolutely.
You only need one world champion. We only have like we got the same guys feuding over 2 titles.
Can you imagine though, one title? Then you only got one person going after it.
No, you won't because
you won't. We had so many guys.
Let's say Cody's the QB1. You got Seth, you got Roman, you have
LA
Drew,
Knight.
who needs to get a rub, by the way. Yeah, I mean, there'd be so many people going after that. Then we won't have the issue of not having a big bad wolf over on SmackDown for Cody to feud with because he can feud with one of at Raw.
And what do you do with everybody else that's trying to get after the belt? Like
who cares?
You do the same thing with the mid cards.
Who cares about the World Heavyweight Championship? Who cares about? Nobody cares about that belt.
I don't care.
Nobody cares about.
I don't care about either one of them.
Oh, come on, that's not nice. You did when CM Punk won it.
No, I didn't. Nobody cares about it. It's the B championship. Everything they said at WrestleMania 40 about that belt was true. It's the B championship. It's only one way to elevate that championship, and I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna sound like a homer.
You want to give it?
You already know. You want to
give it to the one. You want to give it to the one.
It's the only way to elevate it. That belt is trash. Nobody cares.
If
don't even care. That's why he ain't defending it.
If Punk had it, it wouldn't be complete trash. But like, yeah, I mean, because you've built the belt that Cody has around the tribal chief.
Yep. And that's
built that for 3 years.
Exactly. And that ain't never gonna happen again. So but people are starting to turn on Cody.
Yeah.
People are starting to turn on Cody.
Well, you know the rules. You're in the game long enough, either you die a hero or you become the villain.
That's right. That's right. And I think to your point, Corey, the other thing is that we put this strap on Raw that's already part of an entire storyline. Like, does he need to have it? I mean, really? Does Seth really need to have the belt?
Seth don't need it, but who else on Raw? Who exactly. Nobody else can carry that belt on Raw to make it mean anything. You got Seth, you got Roman. Nobody wants to see LA Knight.
Punk can carry that thing.
Okay, Punk. I'm sorry, my bad, Punk. But Punk, I think Punk eventually gonna get to it.
I need him to.
That's part of the story. But
I need him to be self to do it.
Uh-huh.
You just don't have the horses on Raw. You have talent on Raw, but you don't have built guys that can be believable as the face. You got Seth, you got Roman, and you got Punk. Who else on Raw you think can hold that title?
LA Knight.
Go to bed, y'all. I love y'all.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on,
go to bed.
Listen, that man has put in the work, and when you talk about he's got it.
Listen, listen, Sirius knows I'm not a big LA Knight fan. I didn't understand the hype. I still don't. I feel like he's a Stone Cold Rock Morph ripoff.
Yes.
But he still gets a pop. He gets a pop. I can't hate on that.
No, he doesn't. I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to start going back, and I want y'all to start listening. He gets a pop with the catchphrase, and he gets a pop for the first minute and a half of the match. After that, when he's throwing punches and they're yelling, "Yeah, Derry punch," it starts to die down more and more and more. The dude ain't good.
I'm going to challenge you for that. I'm going to challenge you for that. It's no different than Jey Uso. No
I said the
different.
same thing about Jay.
Jay Uso, and I have been this way from jump. Everybody came in there yeeting because he's got a great song. And at the beginning, they're like, oh, but then it's the same thing. It's no different. So if we're looking at Jay as a main event, we also have to look at LA Knight as an event because they're both the same when it comes to the hype they get. The only difference is the merchandise sales.
Jay, LA Knight are not main event players, and I'm going to shock y'all with this one, but Seth ain't as over as y'all think he is either. They love his song. Once the song is, and I don't agree with that because I think Seth's a great wrestler. But what all they love to do is sing his song. That's it. Nobody.
Corey,
y'all not listening. Go back and listen to this.
Corey, did you come on the show today say I choose violence?
He did. He wants to have some violence today.
Today.
He said, dude,
villain. I think you just lost your title.
Exactly. Corey's the villain now. Like, what are we talking about? Seth's not over.
No. Seth is not as over as we think he is.
Yes,
where's the bar set?
I think and I will say, Corey, to your point, and I think this has happened this year. We had a lot of great build in the last 2 years. A lot. We had a lot of great build on a lot of characters. And then when Cena came back, especially on Raw, they put so much effort and so much time into his retirement that a lot of these other things that we saw great build on kind of fell on the wayside, right? So we were getting some good build with some other things with Seth, and we had the CM Punk, Drew McIntyre way back, and then he came in. So, we've spent so much time in that now that one's stale quick, they were like, oh, wow, we got to invest in something else. They're like, let's throw the vision together. So to their disservice, I think LA was climbing. He was getting up the ring, but then he got lost because they decided to put all their eggs in the Cena basket and said, okay, he's got to have Punk. He's got to have Randy Orton. He's got to have this one. And so they spent so much time building that anybody that got any bump last year, except for Jey Uso.
I don't get the Jey Uso thing. I never have.
What do you mean?
I don't agree with it. I don't think he's a great wrestler.
Jay's not a great wrestler. Jay's an all right wrestler. His entrance is fire. The kids love him. If you got a good entrance and the kids love you, you all right. They're gonna push you.
Merch, man. But that's the name of the game.
The kids. That's where you get.
Yeah, the kids, and they're the future. The children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. All right.
But that's why this whole thing with Roman, they have to do it because Jay can't do it on his own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Which is fine. It's not a lot of people can. That's okay.
And I also think that what they're trying to do, and I know we're all over the place now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
This is what we do.
Jay, the whole Roman and him talking to Jay and leaving Jimmy, I think you couldn't do it at the same time. You couldn't elevate Jimmy and Jay at the same time. I think now it's Jimmy's turn to get elevated, and I think that's kind of what they're trying to do. And I don't think it's going to work because I don't think they're good by themselves.
You don't think? I think Jay is better by himself.
No, Jay's better, but I don't think either one of them. They're nothing special. I can't even look to the left corner of my screen right now. Day one ish, but I mean, like that was cinema though. Serious, right? When you had Roman come back and talking to Jay, and it's like it's almost forget about everybody else, forget about it, and then you just see Jimmy in the back and like, huh? I loved it.
Yeah.
But it's simply because for them to right now they need the bloodline because what's Jay really got going on? Jay has nothing, and Jimmy hasn't had nothing.
Yeah.
No, Jimmy doesn't. I mean, thank God they don't have to mess with the MFTs or whatever. You
got to mess with the vision now.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we're seeing.
They took the same storyline and moved it to Raw. So
yeah, exactly.
You don't have Solo in them, but now you got Seth and his crew. Which
honestly, to your point, Corey, this is no different than when they all turned on Jay 2 years ago, right?
Exactly.
It was Roman and Jimmy versus Jay. Now it's Roman and Jay versus Jimmy.
I always said the bloodline, the original bloodline. Everybody always said it was Roman's story. No, it wasn't. It was Jay's. The bloodline was Jay's story. Everything revolved around Jay from beginning.
Yep.
To
They
end.
made him the superhero because they turned on him. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Now they're trying to do it with Jimmy. They're trying to get Jimmy over, and it's not going to work.
I think it will work. Okay,
hold on.
Oh, he's gonna have a meltdown because we're talking about the split because he didn't do well with that 2 weeks ago.
So let me get this straight. No, I'm not even worried about that. So we're saying that this whole new Jey Uso partnership with Roman is to get Jimmy over. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
They're trying to use this to elevate Jimmy. Jay's already been elevated. Jay can't go no higher.
Nope.
Jay
couldn't carry it. He couldn't carry it.
Jay doesn't need to. He doesn't have to be a heel. Jay is a shade of gray now. That's fine.
Roman. He don't need that.
Yeah, he can still get cheered as a face and still have an edge to him like Roman is.
How does this elevate Jimmy though? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Because what happens is that Jimmy's the voice of reason. They're gonna kind of turn their back on Jimmy, and Jimmy's gonna go in and be Dolo, and like he's gonna be better for it. Like Roman hasn't changed his character. Roman's
at all.
Guy. He's just everybody loves him now. He's not any different. But to Corey's point, now you before it was Jimmy and Roman versus Jay, and Jay was the one that had to split off and do his own thing and like, nah, I'm my own man. Now it's gonna be Jay and Roman, and Jimmy's like, nah, man, y'all ain't doing it right. We got to do it the way we supposed to be doing it, and the crowd is gonna sympathize with him, and he's gonna get the rub. He's gonna get over it.
Well, they don't. I think about a player in here that we haven't talked about yet, which is LA Knight, because LA Knight is part of the storyline. Because he's there for LA, but he's not there for Jay.
But that's where you get LA Knight in, because LA Knight's gonna turn.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on Jimmy because it doesn't make no sense to turn on Jay because Jay already don't like you.
Yeah, right.
Jay already don't like you, so turn on Jay makes no sense. You turn on Jimmy,
or he's the one that's there for Jimmy when his own family isn't.
Or but still in the end, you can do all that because you can slow burn it, which they need to start doing again.
Yep.
And then LA Knight still turns on Jimmy.
Because you got to think of it like this: Jimmy already got a rub, pun intended. When Jimmy was the one that announced it. Jimmy was the one that was, still on TV. Naomi, handled it gracefully. I'm so happy for her. But Jimmy got a little shine on it because that was an off-camera relationship that now was kind of put on camera a little bit. So Jimmy got a little bit of a rub there.
How?
You gotta understand. He went on that podcast. Did you watch the Stephanie podcast?
I watched the Stephanie podcast, but I don't understand how the fact that he and his lady are now expecting a baby gives him a rub.
Because it's a sympathetic story. If you know the story that Naomi,
she couldn't have. Yeah, she was struggling. She was struggling. Yeah, I know.
She was struggling. So now it's like you're happy for Naomi and Jimmy. You're not just happy for Naomi.
But and the way he was involved, and if you saw the way it was trending for about 3 or 4 days afterwards,
we were talking about it from weeks before that.
But but what I'm saying is all the social trending after he made the announcement, everything that was tagged for her was tagged for him also. Like he was getting as much of a trend as she was, and there were so many things all over social platforms that people were like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for him!" And you guys saw the memes, all the cute, funny memes. That were all about him. So he did get a run from that.
He got the pop on the shows too, right?
Yeah,
like on SmackDown, you started to get a little cheered. Like he got a U.S. title match,
but he didn't win the damn thing. Like getting the
match, he got a title match, and it didn't look like
did Jay win the first title match he was in?
No, he didn't. But like
that's what I'm saying.
But see, here's the disconnect for me.
It's a test run, Corey, right?
Yeah.
Here's the disconnect for me. We're talking about how Jimmy Uso got the rub and is about to get elevated. And what we're using to justify that is the fact that he got a title shot that neither one of us sitting here knew he was and thought he was going to win the damn thing. So getting the shot means nothing. Put the strap on him, then we can talk.
I didn't think he was going to win
the storyline first.
Yeah, but did you not pull for him? Did you not want him to win it?
I wanted him to win it, but we knew he wasn't.
We knew we were going to win, but hey, he got the title shot. It was a test run. You got a little pop.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little and it's like, okay, maybe this can work.
And you also like Villain said, you got Jay. He's in that shade of gray now, right?
Yep.
When Jimmy came back and cost Jay that title, what did he say? Why did he do it? You're starting to act too much like Roman.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, you can use that now.
Yep.
You can use that to get sympathy on Jimmy.
Yep.
Yo, you acting like Roman. This ain't you. What are you doing? Like they already building to that. You don't have to have a full-fledged turn. He don't have to fully turn on his brother to get sympathy on his brother.
That's right.
He can turn his back, but he doesn't have to turn.
Yeah, he don't have to turn on him. It don't have to be a full-fledged split. But
because it's not going to happen, Corey, because we saw the super kick fest at WrestleMania.
Yeah. We can't go back to that.
We can't have that. We can't have that. That was one of the worst matches I've ever seen.
But it's not up to us to come up with the perfect way to do it because they ain't paying us. They got enough writers to figure this out.
You would think, right? What are we talking about?
I mean, in theory.
You would think, right?
You got writers and producers that can't finish a match on SmackDown properly.
But if you do this,
in real time.
If you do this right, you can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You can figure this out.
But I think again here, the other side of all of this is that it would be easier to build this if they didn't force so much time on it.
Okay.
If they didn't have to give it 25 minutes every week, you could do varied times where you could put some weeks more time than others, but just little promos here and there, little conversations or little backstage commentary. But the problem is they give it so much time, especially with the Usos who cannot do a solid long-term promo. I mean, you put the both of them in the mic, I think it was 2 Mondays ago, and they had struggled carrying the promo. They struggled, both of them, doing the mic work needed. So you have to bring
some good jokes in there, though.
Oh, it was cracking me up. I chuckled. I'm a happy place.
But look at how they did EO in the Kabuki Warriors.
Yes,
that was a slower burn. You've seen it coming, but even when you saw it coming, you were like, "Oh, wow, this is awesome." You know what I mean? Like, I agree. I agree with Wicked. Like, Jimmy needs his own thing, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. And he doesn't have to turn on his brother to do it, to Corey's point.
And also with this, because I don't believe in either one of the Usos solo. I just don't. You have a fall.
No.
If they can't do it, and I don't believe they can, Jay had his chance, and I think we were excited with Jay for the chase. It's just like when Daniel Bryan won the title. We was excited for the chase. What's next? And the what's next was never good.
No,
you have a fallback,
but you
can always go.
But that's storytelling, though. That's booking. That has nothing to do with the individual himself. That's booking.
No, it has everything to do with their ability to sell what they're booked.
Yeah, that's the individual. You won the title because you won the title, and I don't care what you do next. That ain't got nothing to do with writing. You didn't.
What do you mean? So let me ask you this question. Right? So Cody Rhodes wins the title. Okay.
Great example.
Right. For example, Cody Rhodes has the title right now. What is our biggest issue with Cody? What is our biggest issue with Cody right now? The fact that they don't have a bad bunny or a bad heel from the go against. That has nothing to do with Cody not being able to carry the strap.
I disagree with you. No, Cody can carry the strap. That's not where I disagree. I disagree because I feel the same way about Cody. The chase was it. He won the title, and I don't give a damn no more.
Yep.
He won the title.
The chase was better than the title run.
Yes. The chase is better than the reign.
Not the first chase, the second one. So the first one, after he lost the first Mania to Roman, that chase, that whole year was the better chase.
Yes.
I knew that.
It's like once you finish the story, it's like you get to the end of the book, and it's like, okay.
But see, the thing is, here's my retort to that. He got to the end of the book, but it's up to the writers to write another book, to start a new chapter.
Okay, but we noted that one. We know with that one, that wasn't the original goal. So the problem with the storyline with Cody is the original plan for that WrestleMania was not Cody and Roman. It was Roman and Rock.
That's not true. Not at first. That's not true. That's not true.
But
when he only lost at 39 because Heyman and Roman said, let's beat him now. That way he has to overcome something for a year, and the title will mean more for him when he wins it next year. Wow.
That was Heyman's plan. That was Heyman's
plan.
Yeah, that was Heyman's plan.
But Heyman isn't the boss.
But
that
Cody's right. Heyman and Roman set up Cody properly.
Yeah.
The Rock came in and said, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, this is what I want to do. And they went, okay, wait, hold on. Then maybe let's try it. And then the fans went, absolutely not. We're here for this. So they built it correctly. But then there was a bump in the road. That then there was a whole lot of flack, which gave it even more love. So when it did happen, you had mass cryings in the audience, and social media for 3 weeks that were little kids crying and weeping on the floor because their champion got to finish his story.
Yeah. And I do feel like that happening is why the booking was so terrible after he won, because The Rock came in and messed it up. And instead of focusing on, all right, when Cody wins, this is what we're going to do, they had to focus on how are we going to fix the Rock screw up to get to Mania, because everybody's going crazy right now.
Right.
Yes.
But once again, to my point, it was bad booking for Jay. It was bad booking for Cody. It's still bad booking for Cody. Until
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And until the writers figure out what to do with their stars, which is why I said earlier, Shawn Michaels may need to, pop upstairs and help Big Bro out. But until they figure out what they need to do with their stars, Cody's just going to be just wallowing in the weeds because there's nobody ever to take the strap off of him.
They don't have an established heel for him to really feed.
My point exactly.
We got one. It's coming.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
No, it's Randy Orton.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with this whole venture is the difference between Jay and Cody is Cody was able to build his platform because of all the work he did around it. He would make a fabulous promo for a terrible match, or even a match that wasn't great still look good on his end because he can sell anything he does. Jay doesn't have the talent level that Cody has on the mic or in the ring. So he can eat, and he built this huge fan base because, he did it. He did it because he was never the intent to be the main guy. He was never intended to be main event Jey Uso to that level. So the reality is he built it from his entrance work, right?
One more difference.
You pull a kid to yeet with, and it took 3 months every Monday, and all of a sudden the world is yeeting, worldwide yeeting. So he made the right choice. He built himself. But if you build yourself, you've got to be able to hold the build once you get it. And that's the difference between Cody and Jay. Cody can carry the strap and the promos even when it sucks. Jay can't do it.
And Cody, because he spent that year chasing Roman. See, I feel like it would have been worse if he won at 39 because he wouldn't be believable. He didn't go through enough.
Yeah.
The problem with Cody is, or not the problem, but the thing with Cody is, once he won, he is believable as our champion.
Yes.
Jey Uso is not believable as our champion.
But didn't he have the same type of chase?
No,
not as long. He chased for like a month or two. Cody chased for a year plus.
It was longer than that.
He and the ring general Gunther was battling for months, weeks,
but not for the strap. Not for the strap.
Well, and I think to Corey's point, and I'll circle it back, the reason why it wasn't that big of a build is because that belt isn't as important.
It's just not.
It had more, because honestly, here's the thing. I had more belief in my suspension of disbelief in Cody and Roman beef that led to Cody beating Roman than I did ever with Jay being able to legitimately beating Gunther.
Not only that, and I know at the beginning of Mania is always important. but you just stuck the world heavyweight title out there to open the show.
Yeah.
You opened the show with
Yeah.
the world heavyweight title.
But
Yeah.
that's
Now, the man
not
To a mid-plan match. Like the match was mid.
guys. Opening the show is not the same today as it was back then. Opening the show is as important as closing the show.
It is almost.
Not when it's the world heavyweight title, because
Corey, no. You listen. It's like a football game, right? It's especially at crap life stadium that claims a lot of injuries. And I know you talked about it. The big thing for a playoff game at MetLife Stadium is telling the fans to get out of the parking lot, get to your seat when the game starts, so that the crowd can be in it and get hyped up, right?
Uh-huh.
The same thing applies to the wrestling. You want the first match to be good, that gets everybody out of the concession stands, away from the booths, into their seats, and gets the energy going and gets everybody hyped up. So that's why an opening match is just as important as the last match. And the worst match is the match before the main event match. That's the match that nobody cares about.
But I started this whole thing off by saying I know the Open to Mania is important. Mm-hmm. But you don't stick the world heavyweight title out there if you want it to mean something.
Well, and especially to your point, Corey, you do book it if you want it to mean something, if you're going to make it a solid match. And I know we're going way back to March. That match was terrible.
You made Gunther tap out to Jey Uso. Who believes
But Corey, if you already knew that Cody and Cena was going to close night 2, and you already booked CM Punk, you finally get to main event Mania. Where were you supposed to put that match? If you put it in the middle of the card, then that makes the belt even worse.
Okay.
I don't know where you put it, because I don't get paid millions to figure that out. But you don't open the show with the world heavyweight.
We talked about this. We cannot use last year's WrestleMania as a measuring stick on booking and anything, because again, I stand by what I said. 90% of that card was garbage.
Aww.
It just was.
Well, they built an entire WrestleMania on one thing, and that was the Cena issue. And so because of that, they could not.
Oh, and the triple threat match was good. The triple threat match was good.
Well, that was saving. I feel like they had to do that.
The men's or the women's? Because the women's match.
Women cooked.
Women cooked. Women cooked. As per usual.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of triple threat, because we got to get to it. Come on, we got to talk about it serious. Listen, I have to do this. I have to do this serious. Indulge me for a minute. After the match, I talked to Sirius Saturday morning, and Sirius is like, "Dude, do a video. Share your thoughts." And I did the video, and we posted it, and I killed Nia Jax.
Yeah.
The Queen talked me off.
You need to apologize.
Nia Jax, the villain, apologizes. It wasn't your fault. And I feel like she gets a bad rap. And if anything, she tried to be the veteran and tried to save the match. And it just was fumbled in a lot of different areas. Stacey put up a great video today talking about not blame, but reasons why the triple threat match on SmackDown between Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, and Jade Cargill got out of hand. The first thing that I noticed that I didn't notice that before, Nia threw Jade into the steps. Nia didn't throw her like that. Jade tripped.
Yep.
Stumbled and didn't catch herself and busted herself open the hard way. Mm-hmm. That's not on Nia. But Nia has that reputation, right, Sirius? She has that reputation of being sloppy, so automatically you blame her. And then she didn't get the kick out in the ring. And it's like, okay, Daphne LaShawn, the referee, is outside the ring getting whatever she can to stop the blood from gushing out of Jade's head, right? Yes. And then after that, she has to go back in the ring and try to coordinate with the two on how to finish this match, because I think the finish that they had kind of got changed twice.
Yeah.
Because
So
she
then-
had once where she did have to jump back in, because Jade, if you see the first time, Jade is gushing blood, and she still has to pull her out of the ring.
Right.
Because there's a pin and they pulled her out. But you could tell at that point that Jade was a little disoriented, but that like made sense.
Yeah. So
and then it
really,
went awry after that.
Tiffany, if okay, the first kick out, not kick out, you know, the pull the ref out of the ring, and then you're late to kick Jade off of Nia. Why are you going for a pin right after that?
Right.
That's where you got to slow down and get control of the match. Even though you're probably in their ear, take it home. You got to slow down and read the room. Jade is a mess. Daphne's outside the ring.
Yep.
You don't need to go for a cover. Why are you going for a cover? That was probably the spot, but you know, Jade can't pull Daphne out of the ring to stop the count. So you got to read that and you got to say, okay, let me pull Nia to the middle of the ring, go for my finisher or something like that to give Jade a little bit of time to get, you know what I mean? Like
to get oriented.
Or if you look and see, is she going to be able to do the spot? If not, you go to the ref, you know, or tell her to kick out. It's really quick. You got to slow it down. You know what I mean? That's a veteran that would be able to do that. Like we were talking about it, Stacey, me and you. Hunter would have done it. Stone Cold would have done it. Bret Hart would have done it. Like they know how to control it.
Rhea and Liv would have done it.
Yeah, because they're veterans. Charlotte would have done it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, Punk would have done it. Like he knows what to do. So,
but that's part of the issue with building this.
Right. But long story short, and I'll let you guys cook on it because I know Corey and Stacey weren't. Nia, I apologize. It wasn't your fault. I take it back. Thank you.
The only thing I got, and then Stacey, you can go because I only got one thing because I've only seen bits and pieces of the match. The spot where Nia was not, where Tiffany was supposed to break up the count and take the pin. That's a bang bang play, and that's got to have perfect timing.
Yep.
And Tiffany's not there yet.
Nope.
You have to have a different spot in that match. You cannot have a spot where she's supposed to be there and count on it. You cannot count on it because she's not experienced enough yet. Like you said, all this stuff started to go wrong, and instead of slowing down, she sped up, which is why she went straight for a cover because I think that was the spot, but it got messed up.
Yep.
So
that was that. Watching that match, it was a clear example as to why I laugh at people when they say this isn't a sport.
Yeah.
Because your timing and your precision has to be so on point because you have to protect yourself as well as those you're working with, right? And so I, for one, I apologize because once again, it's Nia Jax. And so she, like you said, villain, gets a bad rap. And again, I was online like crazy, and the Boo Burrs and the Nia suck stuff. It was flying like hotcakes on Saturday morning. It was all over the place.
And I fed into it.
Yeah. I mean, you did. I did. I mean, I fed it. I shared it. I posted, and you know, Santi's app, and you know, all these other creators that I follow. You know, and it wasn't until I was actually sitting here with my kid, with Malik, watching it back, and I go, hold on a second. He goes, Dad, what happened? He goes, I got to rewind this for a second, and you see the slip. You see it. And then obviously, you know, she got busted open, and then you see the referee trying to mitigate that situation, and then all of a sudden you see the wheels come off. And to your point, you know what I'm saying, you need to be able to slow down, you know, kudos to the referee for trying to navigate that. And all right, what are we doing here? Are you okay? How do we finish this? It's that third. But another clear example of why you have to have chemistry with your opponents because the I would say the veterans, but the better chemistry, they would have been able to navigate that, figure that out. I feel they would have navigated that. EO and these guys who have excellent chemistry. Hell, even Jay and LA Knight would have figured it out. When Seth faked his injury, they figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Nia Jax, man. I've been throwing a lot of eggs at your forehead for a while now. I like scrambled eggs. I can eat some of this myself. Stacey, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, and I said this to Villain. I said you can see when the count foiled the 3, and you can see her say to Tiffany, "What happened? What's going on?" Because it's not like she can sit up and go, right? So she says, "What's happened?" And Tiffany says, "I don't know." So clearly there was a misstep that had nothing to do with either of them. And I think the reality is when you're putting together a match like this, if the person that the producer is calling to is the ref, and the ref is preoccupied, what could have saved this match is they could have sent another referee in.
Yeah.
Somebody could have come out. Somebody could have been out to check on Jade to see if she's okay. And said to Daphne, continue to call this match. And then that way it could have then been a Nia versus Tiffany rest of the event, right?
Quick finish. Because the X never went up. The X never went up for
the X.
That's right.
For Jade. And that's the first thing they should have.
That's right. They should have. I mean, because we saw the wound. It was bad. She had no business going on. No business. It would have just, y'all know boxing, it would have just continued to get bigger and bigger with any hit that she took, any bump that she gave. So at that point, they should have called an audible and said, "Okay, y'all, finish this out." And Daphne could have very just said to Nia, if Nia was taking the pin anyway, take the pin now. 1, 2, 3, we're done. Because she could have even just counted out 1, 2, 3 at that point and not pulled her for the third, right? If they knew that's what needed to happen, they should have just finished it and called it at that point. Because it was a solid match. It really was a decent match.
It was a really good match.
Jade, for as much as she could, she sold what she had after her injury. So if they were gonna, if the whole point was that Tiffany was keeping the strap, they should have just called to Daphne and said, "Go ahead and count it out right now. We're done. We're good."
What they should have, the referee shouldn't have stopped the count. Should have counted 3 and just had Jay go over and you figure it out later.
Yeah.
You don't stop. You count to 3. Count to 3. That's what Vince would have told you. Count to 3.
Yeah, count to 3. Especially if you knew that Tiffany was going to win the match anyway. It doesn't matter how it got done. Just do it.
There.
And
we're done.
Yeah, and then you just prolong the send off to take it home, and that's it. Yeah, it was just bad, and I feel like people like Daphne looks bad, and she gets blamed. Nia obviously got blamed, and wrongfully so. Tiffany doesn't get any flack for it, and I think she kind of didn't help. Jade probably should have taken herself out of the match, but she tried to keep going. It kind of reminded me, you remember when Hunter blew out his quads?
Yeah.
And he kept going through the match and still did the spots he was supposed to do. Like, to that point, like, you want to keep going because that's what you know you want to do, but you got to be smart and, like, listen, let's do it. This audible. Here we go. Do like this. Boom. Like football players do it. Quarterback audibles with 5 seconds left on the clock. Hey, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
That's what you got to do. So.
Yep. Well, and did y'all see that on socials that Jade's kind of throwing some shade at Tiffany? Like there were a couple things posted today that people put that Tiffany
was liking it.
The couch and she was liking them. So now the thing is that it looks like they're going to try to build it with Jade versus Tiffany now, and I don't know if that's personal, if that's just going to be part of the work because she did get hurt, but which is weird because Nia did a great job, and it made me mad at first too, but I didn't go to socials for it, but I was mad. I was like, did she just say, "Oh, did she just get hurt? My bad," or something really?
Yeah.
Get it? Which is she's supposed to be the heel in this match.
She did her job.
The injury,
she did her job.
She actually did it on purpose, right? So that was solid. So if anything, you would think that on socials right now, Jade would be beefing with Nia for hurting her. But right now she's shading Tiffany. Like Tiffany was at fault for whatever.
But Tiffany was nowhere near the altercation.
But I think
No, but
Tiffany
She missed
is at
those
fault.
spots, though. Tiffany's the reason why they
Tiffany
went off
had
the
no
rails.
business covering Nia after
Yes.
you were late kicking Jade off of the cover.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes.
But serious, remember, Jade hit the fall away slam or whatever, not the fall away, the side slam, what have you.
Yeah.
And then covers 1, 2, 3. Nia kicked out.
Yep.
I don't think Nia was supposed to kick out. Tiffany was supposed to kick Jade off of her,
And
she
steal the
was
cover.
late, and
Yes.
then she just covers her.
Yes.
So it's like, what are you doing? What are you
Yes.
doing?
Yes.
It went
But
off the
again-
rails. It went off the rails because of Tiffany, and Villain had me on Friday night ready to kill Nia.
Yeah.
So I went back and watched the spots because I was like, "Hey, Villain is killing Nia. She must have tore this up bad." And then I saw the spots, and I was like, "I don't think that's on her." And then I saw the one spot. I saw the one spot where the ref was counting, and Nia's literally looking
Yeah.
for Tiffany. Like,
She's
where are
trying.
you?
She is trying to figure out what's happening because it's not what it was supposed to be. And
Right.
and that just speaks again to what we've been talking about all night long. We have somebody that has a strap with too much inexperience. It's supposed to be the major women's strap. She's carrying the major women's title.
But who's gonna put who they gonna put the strap on?
It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that Tiffany is inexperienced.
Yeah.
Her greenness is starting to show, and she's
Yes,
good.
it is.
Don't get me wrong. Tiffany's good. I'm not going to sit here and throw shade on her.
Agreed.
But the way she handled Charlotte showed her inexperience.
Yes.
The way she handled this match shows her inexperience.
Yes.
I'm not negating that, but my question is, there's nobody over there on SmackDown to take the strap off her until Bianca comes back.
Well,
We
we
should have
wasn't.
carried it longer.
Yeah, if we wasn't so busy trying to make everybody love Charlotte, you could have just put the strap on Charlotte.
Yep.
You know it's going to be
But
taken care of.
but they don't want her to be the 16 time champ.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right.
so they're trying to hold off on that a little bit.
You
Like,
can
you could have put it
figure
on
out.
her. You could have put it on her on Alexa Bliss. And
Alexa
you would have
Bliss.
been just fine.
There's a number of women that you could
Mhm.
build a story around. Tiffany would have been better served going after that mid-card title for a little while.
Yes.
You got the money in the bank. Carry it for
Yes.
a little while longer. You don't need to.
Yes.
Everybody's excited for you to cash it in just because we love cash-ins. Carry it a little longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because when she had the money in the bank, she wasn't really wrestling.
No.
So she wasn't getting experience. She was
Nope.
Nia Jax's lackey.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
wasn't doing anything with it.
So she wasn't out there working and getting better. And we all know that, like we were saying earlier, the schedule ain't what it used to be. You're not wrestling
Nope.
every night.
No.
So
No, they're not.
Tiffany they should have waited a little while longer. I know she's good. I know she's a great athlete.
She
She's
is.
gonna be a great wrestler one day. She's just not there yet.
Right.
She's young.
And part of being a veteran wrestler is the ability to call it as you need to say in the ring what's happening, what's not. And I know that tends to be the heel, but I mean, you could see that Nia was trying the best she could to save this match, to keep it going, to keep it level, to Villain's point, calm it down, keep it more what it needed to be. And there were just too many other miscommunications and missteps. She got all the blame, but she was the one trying to carry it.
Yeah.
Had you not been able to so blatantly see Jade slip,
Yes,
that'd have been her Becky Lynch moment.
for sure.
Yes.
At the expense of Nia, which ain't fair.
Sure.
But if you didn't blatantly see her slip, that's her Becky Lynch moment.
For sure.
And with the match being so messed up, now we can build Nia into an even bigger heel because you can use this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
you said, you was
Oh, yeah.
mad because what she said. Oh, I hurt your favorite. Hey, what you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
But that's why it's crazy that then from a social media standpoint that Jade's going to go towards Tiffy. Jade could really build this ultra heel for Nia Jax by going hard on that. Maybe
But
we
I
don't
think-
have to do it in SmackDown, but she could do it on socials enough that then that elevates Nia into that.
But I think the plan is get through Crown Jewel and soon enough Jade's gonna have the title.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
she has to go with Tiffany because she's gonna end up with the title. Nia
Eventually.
doesn't need to be because one, her reputation had Villain ready to kill her, and he was only one
Sure.
of many.
Sure.
So And she's already been the monster heel for years. She doesn't need any
Sure.
more elevation because we know who she is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you can. I know they're not going to because they're just not smart enough. But with Tiffany messing that matchup so bad on social media and all that stuff, you can quickly turn Tiffany into the heel she should be.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I think they tried to pigeonhole her into being a face. I think
Yeah, she's
that
not.
one night that she was back in Minnesota, she got the hometown pop, and everybody thought that she's the face. And
Right.
She's a better heel.
She's a better heel.
she's a better heel.
Mhm.
She's a much better heel. Even though I do like her work, she's not bad in the ring. I mean, let's give her credit. Her and Jade put on a really good match. It's just, I think she's a better heel. So
Yeah.
She
I mean,
is.
that's
They want her to be a face because she's a great athlete and she's pretty.
right.
That's who you want to carry. That's who you want to carry your strap. But she's not. She's you can build that girl as the little spoiled brat that she was when she first started.
But
Right.
here's the issue, and it goes back to everything else we've been talking about. All of the major women are on Raw.
Yep.
That's why that's
Everybody.
another title.
All the
That's
all the highest leaders are on Raw.
Yeah.
So you've got Tiffy and Jade and Nia and Chelsea, but they've got Chelsea at NXT trying to build it because we don't even get Charlotte and Alexa enough to make a difference on Fridays.
They're about to start a program with the guys from NXT, the girls from NXT.
Yes.
They need to be met. They need to be back and forth between NXT and SmackDown.
Yeah.
You don't need them on Raw. Like, it's not enough. You should never have maybe a week or so, but you should never have multiple weeks where you do not see Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
In what world? And I'm not even a Charlotte fan, but in what world do you have? In what world do you have Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, two of the biggest stars, not women, biggest stars, and we go multiple weeks on Raw without seeing them? That makes no. And when you do see them, it's a goofy backstage promo.
Yeah, it's a random.
Yeah. I mean, they're good on SmackDown. They don't get on Raw, and they need to be on both shows. That's the only women's tag team titles that you have. So, yeah, I think
they're the tag champs.
Who? Charlotte and Alexa?
Yeah. Good news to me. I forgot. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure though.
I thought you trying to punk me, Corey. What the hell, man?
I was dead serious. I forgot.
I was like, "Damn, did I miss a show?" Whatever.
I obviously missed something because I forgot.
Yeah, no different than Dom, right? We've got so much going on that we're not building enough.
Or the tag teams on Raw.
Or the tag teams on SmackDown.
We have a mid card / tag team title.
White Six.
Again.
For a second.
But the WWE's never been a big tag team territory.
So why have them?
Well, they were with Dudley's, Edge and Christian, and Hardy Boys.
You can go back. You can go back further than that. I mean, the tag titles are always something important. I mean, you had the Road Warriors, you had Demolition, you had the Hart Foundation.
Let me fix how I'm saying it. The booker never cared about the tag titles. The fan did. Vince hated tag team wrestling, and I've heard tag team wrestlers say that Vince hated tag team wrestling.
Yep.
And clearly Triple H ain't a fan either because we ain't getting nothing from the tag teams.
Not at all.
We're not getting anything
So you don't
with any of the matches unless it involves the Vision or the Usos.
Yeah.
True.
That part.
True.
That's not true. We got Rhea and Io.
Barely. If you think about it, barely. We're still.
But I mean, I need more.
Where that story is going, I think we're gonna enjoy.
Where's it going for? Because I don't want you to be disrespectful to mommy. I don't.
No. I think that's gonna be Charlotte and Alexa, and I think that's where they're going with that.
What?
Yeah, I think Io.
All right, I'm about to try my best to change your mind because I don't think that's where that's going.
Oh, okay, I'm listening.
You got Stephanie, right? We want Stephanie to have this nice title reign. We want to see her as champ for a while. Stephanie and Rhea is a WrestleMania match. We need to let that get to WrestleMania at least.
Sure.
Io's a swerve. Io's gonna turn on Rhea.
You said Io's gonna do what?
Io's gonna turn on Rhea. What obstacle?
Go back to the Kabuki Warrior.
What obstacle has Rhea never overcame?
She's never beaten Io.
She's never beaten Io. Io's gonna turn heel. Io, I seen my man Travis Wicked Bitter. He posted it, and I said the same thing to him. Io was talking about how she loves being a heel. I mean, loves being a face. She never loved being a heel. Why are you saying that right now?
Right.
Right before this match, you want the biggest heat? We're going to Australia. Turn on her in Australia.
That's
the
true.
Mist. The Mist. It's just wrestling. This is why we love it. That poisonous mist, it wasn't really poison. We played her.
Mm-hmm.
We played. Now you got the Kabuki Warriors with Io back in the fold, the biggest heel female faction, period. Io can play a heel. That sweet innocent.
She did.
Exactly. That sweet innocent. I'm still crying a week later made absolutely no sense on Monday.
Mhm.
She was still crying a week later. If my friends turn on me, I'm gonna be upset at first, but in a week we gonna have smoke.
Yeah.
That's right. There's gonna be smoke.
You take Io, you take her to Perth, you have this match, and you have Rhea thinking she's about to win at home on her birthday, and you flip it. You flip it on his head right there.
My mommy, don't do that to me.
You have to.
They did it to Drew in Scotland.
You have to do it because that right there turns Io into the biggest heel on Raw.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you, but they can't treat my mom.
You have to. If they don't pull the trigger on that, I'm done with Triple H.
Listen. I feel
and the rule of
it's a
thumb
good
is for you don't win in the country you're from.
Exactly.
That's consistently you cannot win in your home country.
Sure. And I think honestly that builds to war games.
It does.
In some level. And then you could ride that Io Rhea all the way
through
Rumble.
Yep.
To Rumble and then get
you can even have that involved in the Rumble match. Where she has to overcome all of them in the match. Mm-hmm. Like you can ride this thing all the way through Rumble. Even if you wanted to, you can ride it through the Elimination Chamber. That's what comes before Mania, right? Elimination Chamber. You can ride that thing all the way there to set up Stephanie and Rhea. And that way we don't have the issue that everybody was worried about where Rhea inserts herself into the championship picture before we get to Mania. And Stephanie has her time as champion.
Yeah.
Correction, it's not an issue for me.
But that's it. You have to do it, and I feel like, and I know it's not going to, but I feel like because of where that event is, that should be the main event, and that should be the last thing we see. We should see Rhea lying on the ground, and we should see them three standing over her.
That cooks.
And that's how it should end.
But they can't because we've
got that hurts my soul. Oh, that hurts.
But you would be intrigued all the way through.
Oh yeah, no,
I like it so much.
The only reason why I see that not happening, Corey, is because since it's Crown Jewel, you'll have the ladies do the Crown Jewel first, the men's Crown Jewel last. So all the other matches have to go in between.
Unless it'll be the middle match.
That is not a middle match.
Unless they're smart and decide it's her birthday, we're in her country, and the ending, if they pull the trigger, the ending, nobody's going to care about nothing else from that event if you end it that way.
Oh yeah, they'll burn the house down if that happens, and then have to go to the match.
Yeah, we already know the match going to be fire. Mm-hmm. We already know the match going to be fire. Mm-hmm. And you have Rhea.
You have Rhea. Serious?
You have Rhea.
I'm trying to process what I just heard.
I was just saying, I can feel the steam coming from years from here.
I'm not mad. I'm just trying to process what I just heard. That
I mean, it hurts my soul to think about it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want my mommy to be laying in the ring defenseless when I'm not there to protect her.
Oh, Jesus.
So who comes in and saves her? Stephanie?
Nobody.
You let her stay there.
You gotta let her take the beat down, and then you know, some people see it. I saw what happened back. You know, that was messed up. Boom, 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 and that's how you can build. Because we don't really have a War Games for the women right now. What do we have?
That right there, and that's how you can get Stephanie. And Stephanie can come to the rescue the next night on Raw or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you cannot just have her. It can't be like Cena and Brock. Cena walked out.
That's right.
Cena walked out on his own. Rhea can't walk out.
Yep.
You have to beat her down. It has to be bad. Yeah, you have to put her through some tables. You have to beat her up and to make it believable. Mm-hmm. And now we've just taken Rhea, and the biggest female star in the world, people were starting to get stale on. You just elevated her back up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she's broken, so she's vulnerable.
Exactly.
So that makes
my
her
God.
even more of beloved because she's broken and she rises like the phoenix. And then for War Games, you put her with Stephanie and Charlotte and Alexa.
But I will say this. But if you do it right, you cannot see Rhea on Raw for like 2 weeks.
For sure.
You have to keep her off. You have to keep her off TV.
You give her a break. I think you start to you put the Kabuki Warriors over as a faction to be reckoned with. They go after the tag titles. That's how you bring Charlotte and Alexa in. And Io wants a rematch against Stephanie. That's how you can start to mash that together, kind of deal. And then now you start putting these pieces together, and then you just need a couple other pieces in the mix.
Well, and here's how this works.
Maybe it's Roxanne and Raquel.
Maybe. And if she's coming back soon, that's where you could sneak Liv back in.
Yep.
And Bianca.
Yep. And Bianca. Because we need Bianca back bad. But there's 7 weeks between Crown Jewel and Survivor Series. 7 weeks.
Oh, so you got plenty of time. So there's a main in the middle, right? There's a main event in the middle, right?
There's a Saturday night's main event.
No, that's in December.
No, there's one in November.
There's one in November because one in December, Corey and I may be going to.
Yeah, ain't no maybe. I'm going.
Don't count me out, sir.
so now you have that. You could build that. Maybe that's where you have Io, Stephanie, and then the Kabuki Warriors do a schmaz, and Mommy comes back then, and then you know what I mean, like. We doing a job for Corey. Got me cooking right now. Just don't hurt him so bad, Corey. Don't hurt him so bad.
I feel like that's the easiest one. This is the easiest one to not mess up.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm praying that they don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
It's beautiful. If it works and they will do that, it's beautiful.
Ooh.
And it
just hurts my soul
families to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
it just hurts my soul to think that Mommy's gonna get beat up, but it's all for the good.
Here's the thing. I don't mind, and I'll say I don't mind. I don't mind her getting. It's just,
you can't put. But it's not just Io. Right? It's Asuka, and we need Asuka to be Asuka. When Asuka came in, Asuka was one of the baddest women in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she was.
And they have destroyed that mystique.
Mm-hmm.
They neutered it. They neutered it.
Yeah. You can build all that back up with this.
Well, they're already building that back up with her being so evil and so devilish right now with Kyrie. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're really doing a good job.
And she
it's hilarious. But now Kyrie is like, she'll take you back if you just apologize. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So like, that's her family.
Asuka made it clear. Asuka made it clear. I taught y'all everything y'all know.
Yep.
What better way to show that
who you are?
Yeah, I made you who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We can see all that play out.
Mm-hmm. Kyrie, because Kyrie don't want to do it, but she got a follower. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it can work out.
The sad part about it is, bro, like I don't want to see it, but I see it as clear as day.
I can't unsee it now.
I can't unsee it.
It has to. Yeah. So I'm glad I got y'all there because y'all gonna be just like me, and I'm gonna text all y'all. If it don't happen, we gonna be so mad.
You the following Wednesday, like what the hell was that?
Because Corey's right. It's a layup that if you don't go this route, where are you gonna go? How are you gonna get to War Games? Because you're gonna force something down our throats. That doesn't make any sense.
And this is perfect. You can tell so many stories, and like I said, if Liv is ready to come back, like they're hinting she's getting close, that's one more story that can be told in this. Sure. You got all these stories.
Sure. Well,
so now you have
if Liv comes back, you can do Liv and Stephanie. You've got a spot where if Liv, they've got to decide what they're going to do with Liv because we know that that's going to eventually be the Judgment Day beef. But if that happens, that makes Liv a face.
Liv's coming back as a face.
She has to come back as a face.
She can't come back as a heel because everybody loves her and misses her.
Yep.
The first time she comes through that crowd, it's going to be like when AJ came back. It's going to go nuts.
So she's the 5th at War Games.
Yeah, so it's Stephanie, Mommy, and you put Charlotte and Alexa in there just to have them in there.
Yep.
And either Liv is ready and Liv is the mystery guest, or Bianca's ready and you put her in. It's one of the two.
Yes.
One of the two that you can bring in. And even if you don't bring one into the match, after the match, you can have the other one come back.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And
Just like you brought
Kabuki's
Punk
and
in.
Judgment Day.
Yep.
Yeah, just like you brought Punk back a couple years ago, right? So you could do like that. And then like you just have the Kabuki Warriors to 3, and then you have Judgment Day. You have
Yep.
those 2. That's your 5.
Yep.
And you're good.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Liv is the logical choice if you bring in Raquel and Roxanne.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. And then, like you said, you got the Kabuki Warriors and Charlotte and Alexa. Now before you get to that, you have them going for those tag titles. So now that makes sense to bring all them in. And if you bring in the Judgment Day in, now it makes sense for Liv to be there because that's the only reason them two would be in it because they have nothing to do with this.
Well, and the only thing they would change up is if it's Bianca coming back and not Liv, then you would just add Nia into that instead of the Judgment Day, Nia and somebody else, Nia and.
Well, even with Bianca, when she left, it was coming off of WrestleMania, so she's got history with EO.
With EO and
Yeah.
So
She's got unfinished business there.
Yeah,
right.
It's solid.
Wow,
it's solid.
I don't even know where to go from here. Wow. Okay, and this is why we do this, man. Whoa.
That's why I wanted that to be near the end of the show because we can't get no better than that.
I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. That's crazy. I see it as clear as day, man. That's insane. Corey, man, you know what to do, man. Get us a plug in the close out as we get out of here, big dog.
Hey, look, man, we here every Wednesday now. Like seriously, you see the show, like the show, share the show. All right. I'm gonna see y'all next Wednesday. Have a good night.
Hey, big dog. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Stacey, you know what to do. Get us out of here.
That's right. Can't wait. Every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're here to cook. Can't wait to come back and cook some more. Love you, fam.
All right, girl. See you later. Vela, you know what to do. Get us out of here, big dog.
Yeah, a lot of fun, man. I could talk about this stuff all day. A lot of fun. We're here every Wednesday, every Tuesday. Check out our Total Sports. We got a lot of stuff cooking. We got content going up all the time, every day, every week. So give us a follow, give us a shout, and we'll catch you on the next side.
Appreciate you, big dog, man. It's your boy Sears up in that 412 and the 703, man. Such a privilege and pleasure doing this show with these individuals, man. Shout out to those that were unable to come in and be with us today due to other reasons, man. As I always alluded to, man, if you see the link, share the link, man. We're doing big things, and I cannot wait to take you guys with us as we do things around these parts, man. I always close up my show like this, man. God is good. Even though sometimes people aren't, man. God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.